last week inspected some of the projects we are at least you've embarked upon. So this meeting today will be short because we already know how far you've done on your budget implementation. So however, we would like you to kindly recap your challenges and your expectations from us so that we can go back in and review and see what we can do, how we can assist you further. Thank you.
I must put it on record that the House Committee on Defense has been my backbone since I took over command almost 9 months ago. I'm most grateful for your support, sir. Sir, this morning, permit me to note that the Defense Space Administration is one of the key drivers to provide space solution for the armed forces and also to protect Nigerian cyber space. In doing that, government has in place the annual appropriation to support funding to ensure that our responsibility and mandate is carried out. So this morning, sir, I will just acquaint your esteemed committee with the budget proposal for Defense Space Administration for the year 2022 fiscal year. So in doing that, that was for 2021, sir. It's 2022 I'm presenting now, sir. Yes, because your letter said I should be here to present. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So my brief will cover the overhead proposal for 2022, the capital project for 2022, and the personnel emolument for 2022. So I'll take the overhead. The overhead over the years has remained constant, despite the increase in personnel strength, infrastructure, vehicles, utility, as well as cost of coal and other sundries. So the administration gets an annual overhead of 118.3 million, which is released at an average of 15 million per month. Sometimes these releases are often delayed, and we sometimes get average of 8 months per annum. So, sir, this threshold, we consider it grossly inadequate with the coming on stream of centers and additional utilities that I've just mentioned. And so we did a letter to the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Defense to review the overhead for upward review. In that proposal, sir, we proposed 1.2 billion so that we can get an average of 100 million per month. However, sir, the federal government of Nigeria 2022 budget cost circular only allocated 280.3 million for overhead, which translates to about 23 million per month. This we consider still very inadequate. So, sir, we are calling on this esteemed committee to please intervene on our behalf to see that our overhead is reviewed upward so that we can meet our utility demands and other sundries. That's our prayer for the overhead, sir. Now for capital budget 2022, sir. You recall that our capital budget has fluctuated between 3.089 billion, precisely for the year 2021. However, this year, sir, the ceiling that was given to us was 1.4 billion. Considering the fact that a lot of development have been in place and need to be sustained and even completed. So reducing the capital from 3.2 billion, which we got last year, to 1.4 billion, which is the ceiling for year 2022, we grossly reduce our capacity to complete some of the projects that are ongoing and even to embark on new ones. So, sir, once more, it is my prayer that this esteemed committee kindly please intervene and review upward the capital budget ceiling figure for the administration for 2022 fiscal year. I'm aware, sir, when we went to do the 2022 defense with the Senate, when I raised this issue, I was told that they are trying to look at the possibility of removing the armed forces from the envelope nation. So I will urge this committee to please perhaps look at that proposal and see how we can be removed from this so that our capital budget will support our needs. So the third item I have is the personnel emolument. The DSA Act created about 6 centers. You recall I briefed on them, and that as we speak, 2 of the centers will kickstart next year, which is the Defense Space School and the Defense Communication Strategic Center in Ado-Ekiti. So in the capital appropriation, it's been covered, but the amount there is grossly going to be inadequate to jumpstart and ensure that both centers keep running. So, sir, the center will also require personnel. They will require vehicles and other things that will support it. For the personnel emolument for year 2021, we have a total of 1.1 billion that was appropriated to us. However, for this next year, which is 2022, sir, we are also asking that because of the coming on stream for salaries for the new entrants and personnel that will service both centers, also for the National Health Insurance Scheme and other contributory pension for civilian staff, we will request that our personnel emolument be looked into. In the same vein, sir, I am praying this committee to please intervene and see how our upward review. So basically, sir, my prayers this morning, gleaning from all that I have said, is to request the House of Representatives Committee on Defense to respectfully consider upward review of the Defense Space Administration proposed overhead budget of 280 million to 1.2 billion for 2022 fiscal year. I'm also requesting, sir, that you should consider the upward review of our proposed capital budget, which is put at a ceiling of 1.4 billion as we speak. Perhaps if we can even retain what we have in 2021 to the tune of 3.2 billion for 2022 fiscal year. Lastly, sir, I request that you also review upward our DSA proposed personnel emolument budget, which is put at 1.3 billion for 2022 fiscal year. Honorable Chairman and members of House of Representatives Committee on Defense, I wish to sincerely once again acknowledge and appreciate your continuous support for the administration. Thank you very much, sir.
RGP of that project item that will guide us of your proposal of 2022. Also, we don't mind the location, the project cost, the project status. What we are after, you show us the appropriated figure, because we are trying to see how we manage the taxpayers' money. That's what we are appropriating to you. So you show us the amount appropriated, the amount released, the percentage of release, and then if the project is ongoing or new, we should know it. So that will guide us on handling your 2022 proposal. So please try and be guided on this submission. Your finance can do same, and maybe take it to our chairman, Kayode. If you have any question on that, we may revert to you. Thank you.
What transpired during your meeting today?
Yes, as you are aware, the defense sector is the most critical sector we have in Nigeria today, because defense and security is tied to our country's prosperity. So we had the Defense Space Administration, the agency that is charged with providing geospatial and space information to our armed forces. We looked at their capital budget, we looked at their overhead, and we looked at their personnel. As usual, they want more because they want to do more. But the resources are scarce and limited, so we've asked them to leave things with us. We will try as much as possible to see how we can help assist them. The DSA is an agency that we don't toy with. In other jurisdictions, the DSA chief is also a service chief. So our committee members are all geared up to ensure that they get the necessary assistance so that they can live up to expectation that we expect from them.
So specifically, sir, are you giving them more?
We are going to do our best to try and see how we can upskill them.
Sir, just one more. The fight against insecurity. Do you think we can win this battle as it is?
Of course, we can win the battle. We are winning the battle. We are getting more inventory by the day. A lot of countries are supporting us. We're a non-aligned nation, and we are getting as much support from many countries as possible.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, they are doing very, very well, because it is in Nigeria. If there's kidnapping, if there's banditry, everybody calls the armed forces, right? Roles that are traditionally assigned to the police, our armed forces are the ones embarking on them. So far so good. They're doing well with the limited resources they have.
Thank you.